Hello everybody, Larry Young here again with another segment of OLaMan Living Life with Purity. And I guess it's official now, we are in a civil war here in the United States. It hasn't been declared by both parties, but one party has definitely, without a formal announcement, been doing things and making movements that are definitely Civil War related. What am I talking about? Well, the folks up in Minneapolis right now want to claim that they're having a protest. Well, I got to disagree. This is not a protest. It's a low-level insurgency. This is the kind of thing that you see, or we've seen for years over in places like Iraq, Somalia, the Sudan, Nigeria is going on right now. It was going on in Gaza. You know, the Gazans have had the same situation here. They've got an antagonistic group in there running things and running the show and pushing people around. Not everyone in Gaza necessarily wants war. They've been told through their brainwashing to say that Jews and Israel have to be eliminated because it's the little Satan. But that's just leading up to going after the big Satan, which is the United States. And so this is where the second war front is being developed from our friends in Hamas and Hezbollah and Al-Shabaab. Okay? Al-Shabaab. Anyone remember them? Somalis, where all the money from the Somali fraud, a lot of it was going to Al-Shabaab. Al-Shabaab wants to destroy the United States. When you've got people in this country sending money to Al-Shabaab to help them destroy the United States, I would say that's what we call an enemy occupier or an enemy inhabitant of your country. And I think you need to root that out and get rid of it for safety. You put rat traps out to get the rats if you got or mice in your house. Same thing here. Let's put some traps out. Let's get them. Let's collect them. Let's get rid of them. This is no good. This is not healthy. This is not safe for everybody else. I'm talking about the women and children. The men can take care of themselves most times, but the women and children, they're our vulnerable ones. We need to take care of them. So what's going on in Minneapolis is a low-level insurgency. This is all guerrilla tactics 101. This is what I tried telling you about a few podcasts ago about your daughters are the dangerous ones right now. It's not the young men so much, it's the young women. And young men who act like young women, who are brainwashed that way. So up in Minneapolis right now, you've got protests going on that have basically staged, they probably have armed reviewers or what we call observers that are trained. They're set up all around the perimeter of a certain segment of the community where they're planning their activities. And they can tell you every license plate that goes in and out of there, description of all the occupants of a vehicle, all these types of things. They're marking everything down. And then they send all this information out with shared online services with the rest of their group to let them know this is coming, move here. This is a command and control. And this is what happens with military organizations. So these folks are actually fighting a militarized type of war effort right now under the guise of calling it a protest. So what they're looking to try to do is to be able to rapidly escalate a situation by being able to flood the area with protesters who were on the call, on the ready to be assigned to go someplace at a moment's notice. These sometimes are people from within the neighborhood. Sometimes these people have to travel from clear across the city, but they get there and they do their work. This isn't spontaneous. There's nothing spontaneous about this. There is nothing that is chaotic. This is all planned. This has all been worked out. This has all been theorized, and now it's being implemented. And one of the things that these folks want to do is they want to create all sorts of situations where they feel they can create an overreaction by law authorities or anyone else who opposes them, whether it be a counter-protester or whatever. They are looking for overreactions so that they can try to declare that as being a fascist or totalitarian type of behavior coming down on them, where in actuality, it's the opposite way, that they will not let certain people in an area if they say that they are not sympathetic or part of them. You're not with us. So we got to beat your head in. We got to get you out of here. This is what they're doing. They're attacking people, and the local government up there is doing little or nothing to deal with these agitators and these hooligans who are trying to hurt people. So this is a civil war. It's domestically oriented. It's funded. It's trained. I don't know where they're getting trained. And it's directed by people who live in the same country that they want to take down. So this is a civil insurrection. This is a civil war. This is something that's being done by an entrenched force that's inserted into the mix. This is one of the reasons they brought in 100,000 Somalis. That were, a lot of them are military-aged men. Some are physically fit, not all. But they brought their bad behaviors, their bad attitudes with them from Somalia. It was one of the most unsafe places on the globe, and now they're making Minneapolis one of the most unsafe places on the globe. So this is what happens when compassion becomes violent. And when the people who are claiming to be compassionate and empathetic aren't listening to what they're saying. They're only listening to what the voices in their head and across their radios are telling them to do. Because the people who are standing behind the walls with bullhorns and saying, get out there and do these things, like Tim Walz did the other day, he's living in an enclosed and protected compound. And he's telling the people out on the street to get out there and do things that he wouldn't do. This is what cowards do. This is what people who are elitists do. They tell the people down in the valley, you know, get the rumble going right now. I'll be down there in a little bit to join you. And then they never show up. They wait for the smoke to clear. They do a body count and they say, oh, I guess I won. They don't have any skin in the game. So I don't know why these people listen to celebrities, other people out there who don't have any skin in the game. The next time I hear a celebrity bitch about something going on somewhere else, and they're not showing that they just dropped a $100,000 or $500,000 check towards the effort, I realize this is more stroking going on. They're just mentally masturbating for everybody. Don't give a minute your time of day. Just don't. Just walk away. This is one of those times. No one wants escalation on this, not from the conservative side. I can tell you that much. I haven't heard anybody that wants to go into a full-out blitz on this thing. But we either recognize what we're actually looking at, or we pretend it's still just activism. And when we keep allowing it under the guise of activism, all they're going to do is harden their structures that they're building, and they're going to spread all these things. If you don't stop it, if you don't take action against it, it's going to continue. It'll harden in place and it will spread. This is far worse than anything COVID did to us. Whatever they say it did or didn't say it did, this is far worse than that. This will have far greater implications on your life, my life, and the world if it's not taken care of now. So this is your call. This isn't politics. It's just something that we've been working at for decades to try to keep out of this country. And now, here it is. In the meantime, I love you, and I'll be back.